Hi, second graders. Today we're going to be reading from your Journeys book. We're going to be reading Dex, The Heart of a Hero. So if you've got your book out, flip to page 151 so you can follow along as I read to you. I might stop and ask questions like I normally do in class. Feel free to answer them, think about them, but listen to the story carefully so you can take an AR quiz on it when you're done. And then there's also some questions to go along with the story on our Google Classroom. So Dex, the heart of a hero, little super dog. One of the questions that you should be thinking about as you're reading this story is, how can stories be alike and different? So this week's lesson is all about comparing and contrasting. So sometimes you might do that with stories, you might do that with characters or people. So in this story, just think about how things are the same, how things are different, and I might ask you some questions about that as we read. All right, go ahead and flip to the first page. Dexter was a little dog. His legs were little, his tail was little, his body was little. He looked like a plump sausage, sitting on 4 little meatballs. Being the size that he was, Dex was often overlooked. That's a vocabulary word. The other dogs grew tired of waiting for Dex to catch up when they played chase, and after a while they forgot to invite him at all. No one really seemed to notice him, except Clevis, the tomcat, demonstrated how he could stand right over Dex and not even ruffle his fur. So there's already one thing that's different, right? How is Dex different than all the other dogs or even Clevis the cat? You think you know? Did you say that he was smaller than all the other dogs? Because I think that's what we've learned so far. And it looks like they're all kind of making fun of him. So how do you think he's feeling right now? Maybe he's feeling sad, left out, frustrated. All right, next page. Yes, everything about Dex was little, except for his dreams. He wanted to be a hero. He could just see it. Here's the caption. The mighty Dex flew up into the dark and starry night. And so he's imagining himself being a superhero. But wanting and being are two different things. Dex lived on dreams until one day, after crawling out from under Clevis yet again, he decided there had to be more to life than gazing at the underside of a cat. There had to be more to him. If he could be a hero, he would. So Dex started training. He read every superhero comic book he could find. He watched every hero movie ever made. He went to the library. Furiously, he's studying, knowing everything depended on him. So how would you describe Dex? What kind of adjectives might you use to describe him? I think maybe he's determined, right? He is persistent. He's not giving up. Next page. Dex figured that a hero must have strong muscles. He needed exercise and lots of it. Dex started trotting to the corner and back every morning. He hopped over every crack in the sidewalk. He struggled to climb the garbage pile, up and over and down, then up and over and down again. All day long he worked, day after day, even at bedtime, when he wanted to flop on the rug with his tongue hanging out. Dex forced himself to circle 5 extra times. There's the caption. The mighty Dex pressed on through wind and rain and storm and fatigue. Do you know what that means, fatigue? You heard that word before? It means you're feeling tired, right? And he pushed right on through. When it got easier to run to the corner and back, Dex did it again, and then again. Then he dragged a sock filled with sand as he ran, and then 2 socks. When Clevis was bored and stood in the middle of the sidewalk to block his way, Dex dropped to the ground and slid right under him. He was too busy to be bothered by Clevis. If you look at his little face there, he looks pretty determined, doesn't he? Clevis isn't going to stop him this time. Next page. Dex was tired. He was sore. He was working so hard that he almost forgot what he was working for. But one night, as he dragged himself to bed after his last set of push-ups, Dex stopped in front of the mirror and flexed. He could feel them. He could see them. Muscles. Now, Dex didn't take the stairs. He skimmed them. He leaped over hydrants. He vaulted up curbs. He could jump over the garbage mountain without touching the top. He could run like the wind. He felt as if his legs had springs. Here's the caption in the middle. Faster than a rolling ball, stronger than the toughest rawhide, able to leap tall fences in a single bound. Right? Is he starting to change? Right? Is Dex different now than he was at the beginning of the story? Right? You think so? Only one thing was missing. Finally, a small brown package arrived. Dex ripped it open. His hero suit. It was red with a shiny green cape, and it fit like a glove. Dex loved the way it felt. He loved the way it looked, and he loved the feeling he had when he put it on. He was ready. With the courage of a lion, the strength of a bear, and the heart of a hero. There he is. He's got his superhero costume. Next page. A little pug here. See what's going to happen with him and Dex. When Dex went out in his suit for the very first time, he looked up the street and down. He noticed a young pup trying to cross the street. Dex sprang into action. May I help you? He asked. He guided the wide-eyed pup across the street and grinned as the pup stared up at him with its mouth hanging open. The pup whispered, "Wow, it's Superdog." Superdog. Dex liked the sound of that. Of course, when Clevis saw Dex, he just had to comment. "Hey, Dex, where's the party?" Dex was so busy that he was able to ignore Clevis for the most part. Why is Clevis asking him about a party? Do you have an idea? Maybe he thinks Dex is dressed up like a Halloween party or a costume party. The only time his face ever got red was when Clevis yelled, "Where'd you get that dress up?" Dex had to wonder if Clevis saw anything but the suit. Didn't he understand the suit was just a way to let people know he was there to help? The sun glinted off his emerald cape as Superdog raced to the rescue. See, they're all kind of making fun of him, laughing at him. I think that's going to let that stop him from being a superhero, or you think he's going to keep pushing and keep helping people? There was a mouse he saved from a sewer. Nope. A purse snatcher he tackled. He fixed his neighbor's sprinkler. Was that a sprinkler? No, that's a garden hose that he turned into a sprinkler, right? He found a lost kitten, pulled a rat away from a live wire. He tracked down a lost wallet, put out a trash fire, and organized a neighborhood cleanup day. It seemed that now, whenever anyone needed help, they turned to Dex, and Dex had never been happier. He's helping everyone. Late one evening, on the next page, there was a banging at the door. When Dex answered, it seemed as if the whole neighborhood was yipping and yowling in a panic. "It's Clevis!" they shouted. "He's stuck in a tree. Hurry, Dex, hurry!" Dex raised his eyebrows. It was not like Clevis to move enough to get into any trouble. In a flash, he was dressed and ready. It was clearly a desperate situation. Would you help Clevis? If you were Dex and Clevis had always made fun of you and he had his friends make fun of you, would you still go and help him like Dex is? As he got closer, Dex could see Clevis. See him up there in the tree? He had been chasing a squirrel to the top of the tree, but had slipped and was hanging by one claw from a slender branch. He was yelling for all he was worth. "I'm slipping!" Clevis screeched. "Help me!" Dex looked desperately around for something to climb on. There were no boxes or ladders, not even any trash cans. Then Dex looked at the crowd. He's got an idea. Next page, we're on 166 if you're keeping up and following along like you should. Okay, on this page here. "Quick, everybody," Dex shouted. "I've got an idea." Dex leaped onto the end of the teeter-totter facing the tree, pushing it to the ground. "Everybody on the other end. 1, 2, 3. All the animals jumped together on the other end of the teeter-totter, catapulting Dex into the air. He soared over the crowd, his ears and cape streaming out behind him. The mighty Dex flew up into the dark and starry night. Right? They jumped on the teeter-totter and Dex went flying up into the air. See if he can get up to Clevis. Let's make it into the tree. Next page here. Dex scrambled onto the branch next to Clevis. Quickly, he pulled off his cape and tied its four corners onto the screeching cat. Jump! Dex shouted. Jump, Clevis! See what he's making there? He's going to tie his cape onto Clevis and make it kind of like a parachute, right? So he can get down safely. With an ear-piercing shriek, Clevis let go. The billowing cape caught the air and parachuted the big cat to the ground. Dex backed up and slid to the ground amidst the cheers of the crowd. Super dog, super dog. They're all cheering for him. Dex was bruised and tired, but he forgot his discomfort as Clevis sheepishly lumbered over, still tangled in the green cape. Thanks, Dex. You really are a hero. As Clevis started to change his mind about Dex a little bit now that he saved him, right? He's kind of thankful. Dex didn't think he could feel any better, but he did. Just a little. The next day when Clevis sidled up next to him and whispered, Say, Dex, could I be your partner? Dex looked the big tomcat up and down. It would take a lot of work to turn Clevis into a hero. He could hardly wait. Sure, Dex said with a grin. Sure. With twice the brains and triple the brawn, our heroes forge on, ever ready to lend a helping hand. And there they are, flying off into the night. Hope you like that story. If you would like to take an AR quiz on the story, feel free to log on. Just make sure when you type in the title, Dex, Heart of the Hero, you type in HMH afterwards, just like we do at school, just to practice taking those AR quizzes. There's some questions to go along with the story on your Google Classroom. There's also a really fun superhero writing prompt. You don't have to do that writing prompt, but you get to think about if you were a superhero, what would your superpowers be? And what would your superhero name be? And who would you save? So if you'd like to work on that project, that's also on the classroom. I'll see you guys later. Bye, second graders.